Here we go.
And here we go. What's up, people? It's your boy, Comet Chat, aka Danny, aka The Road to Wisdom. And I'm here on an impromptu Saturday evening, not doing anything. I'm not competing against NFL. So it is what it is. I just don't feel like watching football on Saturday. I don't know why. Something about that just doesn't sit right in my spirit. Spirit of it's not my team that I really don't care about. But I'm here doing a video. And today I was watching my boys, Brian and Anzo, on their show, The Rewind, which is a fantastic show. They did the last show of the year. And a couple of topics they made me think about. I was like, that'd be a pretty good video to do on, or live stream to do one on. So today is $1 billion or bust. $1 billion or bust. Now, I know there are some people that like, we wouldn't have to make $1 billion to be good. And it doesn't, but Marvel has spoiled us. MCU has spoiled us. Star Wars has spoiled us. Some of these franchises have spoiled us because movies that they make generally make $1 billion most of the time. Not all the time, but a lot of times they are consistent $1 billion movies, or the average is $1 billion. So, not as of late from MCU, but I know when in his heyday, in his prime, when it was peaking, it was averaging $1 billion movies. So in my mind, there is a measuring stick to every aspect of life. In every profession, every genre, there is a measuring stick that you look forward to. So the measuring stick that I'm going to use today is the $1 billion measuring stick. And what movies do I think will make $1 billion? There's going to be someone here, I don't think, but for the most part, I'm going to go over 10. And I'm thinking about maybe 4 or 5 maybe won't make it, but for the majority of them, I think it's definitely going to make it. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into the list. And the first movie that I think will make $1 billion, even though I'm not a fan of it, I'm not a gamer, is Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers upcoming movie. For whatever reason, there is a following for this movie, for this franchise, and I'm fairly certain it's probably going to make $1 billion. Like I said, I never played Mario Karts. I played Mario Brothers 1 or 2 times. All the lure and all the background, knowing about the mushrooms and all that kind of crazy stuff, I don't follow it. I never did. This was my cup of tea. But there's some people that follow that thing, and it has a almost cult-like following. So I definitely think it's going to be one of the movies of next year that is going to make $1 billion. If not, it's going to be very, very close. So keep your eyes on the Super Mario movie, upcoming movie. I think it's going to be one that's going to make it. The second movie, I'm not really certain about this. It may not, is a live-action Moana. The live-action Moana. The Rock has lost some of his sizzle, some of his pizzazz, some of his charisma, I guess, so to speak, some of his drawing power. Because at one time, The Rock was the highest paid action star in the world, but he has lost some of his mojo. I don't know if this movie is going to make $1 billion. I think it may. If I'm going to be honest, I think it's going to make somewhere between 600, 800 million, somewhere in that gap. That's what I'm thinking. It's coming out on let me see, Moana, on July the 10th. It's a summer movie. And the next closest thing, what might hurt it, I definitely don't think I'm seeing now another movie that's coming out the same month. In fact, there's 3 movies coming out the same month. Well, a lot of things that's hurting these movies is the placement. They're not doing very good jobs in placing these movies. That's what hurt the juggernaut that we call Jurassic Park. This last Jurassic Park didn't make $1 billion, but it went up against Fantastic Four and it went up against Superman. So a lot of times I think these shows, these movies, whoever's placing them in these spots, they need to do a better job, because I'm not going to place my movie going up something as iconic as Superman, something as iconic as maybe the Fantastic Four is not iconic, but something that is a juggernaut in the movie theater like Jurassic Park. I'm not going up in that movie in the same month. If it's coming out the first of the month, and then if I got to do it, I'm going to do it the very last day of that month. So it has 4 weeks to go ahead and do what it's going to do. But I'm not going to go within 2 weeks of that movie. Especially, it was like Jurassic Park, then Superman, then Fantastic Four. A lot of money was lost because of poor placement, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I definitely think it was poor placement that hurt those movies' box office overall. Let me see. The next movie that I definitely believe is going to make $1 billion is The Odyssey. Now, I don't know very much about this. I know it's an old story. I've heard some friends of mine that have seen the trailers say it's fantastic. It's going to be a very good story. Say the trailer looks good. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about this movie, The Odyssey. I know it's a very old story. I think it was read back. I've heard one of my boys say he read it back in school. I think I'm vaguely familiar with it. Probably if I see it, it'll jog my memory. But from everything I'm hearing, everything I'm seeing, everything I'm being told, this movie is going to be fantastic. The trailer looks good. I'm not sure who the cast is, but based on what I'm hearing, word of mouth, and it's coming out on July the 17th, which is about a week after Moana. So it's definitely, I believe, going to steal some of Moana's steam, unless Moana is just fantastic. I don't have any idea how the live action, what the plot's going to be. I don't know how The Rock, whether he's going to have his old drawing power back. I don't know. But I know one thing. I'll be very, very hesitant if I was Moana going up against the Odyssey only a week ahead, because that second week, you know, it's going to be a severe drop off. It's going to, I definitely think Odyssey would knock out the number one spot. So it'll hold number one spot for 1 week. And I don't know. If I was Disney, I would rethink releasing a movie, any movie, 1 week before the Odyssey, which is getting so much fanfare, so much steam. So I don't know. That's very, very, a very, very slippery slope. So be careful of that, Disney. So far we said Super Mario Brothers, Moana, Odyssey. One I'm not sure about because a lot of people, some people like it, some people don't. Some people are drawn to it, some people aren't. Is Dune Part 3. Dune Part 3. Now, I've watched the first two. I didn't like the first part as well, but the second part's pretty good. Third part, very interested in seeing it. I'm definitely going to see it. I like the original better. I've seen Children of Dune. I've seen this Dune. I've seen the television show Dune. But to me, it doesn't beat the original. That's my favorite so far. But it has a following. It has a following. But it's coming out on December the 18th, the same day as Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday, which I definitely think is going to make $1 billion. I believe Avengers Doomsday is going to make $1 billion. To me, it's the most talked about movie now. We see more of these leaks, more of these AI creations. We see a lot of movies out there. There's AI movies that look real. I saw a few today, one today. I was like, good Lord, that thing looks real. But I'm telling you, AI in a few years is going to be very, very dangerous. It's going to be very, very hard to tell the real thing. Like that. Remember that old commercial? Is it live or is it Memorex? That's what we're going to be asking here in the next few years once AI has really, really got on top of its game. But I definitely think, like I said, Doom coming out the same day as Doomsday. I don't feel too good about Doom. Maybe I'm wrong. I know one thing: if I get to choose my money, I've only got watch one movie. I'm leaning 100% towards Avengers Doomsday. I think it's going to be a very good story. I like what I'm seeing. I'm very interested in what the Russo brothers are going to do. They haven't made a flop yet for us at the MCU. So I'm very, very interested in seeing what they're going to do. So I definitely believe Doomsday is going to make over $1 billion, probably 1.2, 1.3 maybe. But that's where my money is at. Avengers Doomsday definitely going to make $1 billion. Definitely going to make $1 billion. Let's see. So we have, like again, recap: Super Mario Brothers. We have Moana. We have the Odyssey. We have Dune Part 3. You have Avengers. The next one is Spider-Man, brand new day. Spider-Man, brand new day. I definitely believe this is going to make $1 billion. Spider-Man made over $1 billion during COVID, almost 2 billion, 1.9. I think if memory serves me correct, the last Spider-Man with all three: Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland. Those three cats were able to almost bring in $2 billion worldwide. So I definitely believe that Spider-Man brand new day. I don't know if it's going to make $2 billion. I won't say that. That's pretty strong. But I definitely believe it's going to make $1 billion. You're going to see the new actors, new characters. You'll see, of course, the Hulk in this one, but Tombstone. It's played by the actor that played Tobias Whale. If you ever watched the Black Lightning TV show on the CW, actor is fantastic. He can pull off Tombstone. He's a natural albino, very good actor. I think he was a rapper before he became an actor. But you need to check him out. I can't think of his name right now, but he can do it. He can do it. He has acting chops to play Tombstone. I'm pretty sure he's going to bring his particular flavor, and he's going to give Spider-Man all that he can handle. So I'm definitely thinking that brand new day is going to make $1 billion. And one movie that I think may make $2 billion because of the popularity of this individual, and that is the upcoming Michael Jackson movie starring his nephew Jafar, Jafar Jackson. I believe this movie has the potential to make $2 billion because Michael Jackson is not only loved here in the United States, he is loved globally, worldwide, overseas. I believe they're going to come in strong. I believe this is going to be the movie of the year next year. It comes out on April 24th. The only closest thing to it is Super Mario Brothers, which comes out April 3rd. That's almost 3 weeks in between. So I believe it is going to clean up. I believe it has one whole month where no other movies is challenging it that I see of any substance, of any consequences. So it comes out April 24th. It has the next movie that's coming up that should make $1 billion is going to be Mandalorian and Grogu. Just because it's Star Wars, that should push it over $1 billion. The last three Star Wars movies made almost a little over $4.5 billion together. The first one made $2 billion. Then the one after, The Force Awakens made $2 billion. The Last Jedi, I think, made 1 point something, and The Rise of Skywalker made 1 point something. So this movie, in my estimation, should make at least $1 billion just because of Star Wars. I think it's gonna be good because I like Din Djarin. He's a good character. I know some people got Pedro Pascal fatigue. That's a legitimate gripe, I guess. But as long as he's doing good in the movies, and I haven't seen him really stunk a movie up yet, I have no issues with him. And of course, sometime in Hollywood, you gotta stay hot. While the iron is hot, you gotta stay on it. Because if not, you get cold and you get forgotten because there's stars popping up each and every day. So I definitely believe that Michael is going to make $2 billion, or potential to make $2 billion. I think it's going to do it. Grogu should be right behind it. A month later, May 22nd, it should make $1 billion, I think, as well. The last movie, I'm not really sure about this one. I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. I just don't. I hope it makes equal to or surpasses its predecessor, which was Superman, but Supergirl, where are you at? I don't think I. Tell me I forgot to download it. Supergirl. Anyway, Supergirl. I hope she makes. If I'm not mistaken, Superman made a little over 600 million. Memory serves me correctly. So I think she should. I want her to make equal to or greater than Superman. I was not a fan of this Superman. It wasn't the worst movie that I've seen. I can't say it's the worst Superman that I've seen, but it's not in my top three. It's not. But the actress that played Supergirl, she played in House of the Dragon. Very capable actress. Um, I never read the story of Woman of Tomorrow. I think that's the title of it. And that's what they're going to base the story on, where she's like a party girl and her outlook on life is way, way different than Kal-El, aka Superman's outlook on life. She's one of hope. She's one of like realism, and she seems very cynical. So it should be interesting to see that take, that dive that James Gunn is going to have, trying to flush out her character. But based on what I've seen, I think it's going to be, to me, it's piquing my interest. One of the big things in there is Lobo. People are love the character that plays Lobo, Jason Momoa. He puts butts in the seats, especially female butts in the seat. So he's a character. Lobo has a strong following, almost a cult following in the comic books and fans. So I definitely think that it's going to have a more interesting villain than Superman did. Of course, Lex Luthor is interesting, but there's only so much you can do with him. But with Lobo, there's someone we've never seen on the big screen before. Jason Momoa is chomping at the bit to play Lobo. I think he's going to breathe life into that character, and it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to do better than Superman. I don't think it's going to make $1 billion, but I think it's going to do better than Superman. Just a quick recap. Of course, like I said, Super Mario Brothers, because of the following that it has, it should make $1 billion. I'd be surprised if it don't. Moana, that's still up in the air. Like I said, The Rock doesn't have the star power that he once had. The kids probably follow it. Not sure exactly what it will or won't do, but I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure about $1 billion. It may make, like I said, I believe first time somewhere between 600, 800 million, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe a little less. I'm not certain. The jury is still out on that. The Odyssey, like I said, I've heard the trailer is very good. The story is very old, very compelling. So I definitely think it's going to make $1 billion based on reviews I've heard from individuals that have seen the trailer. I have not seen the trailer yet, so I'm definitely thinking based on what I've seen. The people that I usually watch and give reviews, they usually have a good track record of predicting movies' likability or not. So everyone I'm hearing that I'm talking to, that I listen to, saying Odyssey is good and it's a very good story. Dune 4, Dune 3. I don't know if it's going to make $1 billion because it's going up against Avengers Doomsday. And I believe Avengers Doomsday is going to be that juggernaut in December. Avengers Doomsday, I think it's going to make $1 billion. I really do. I don't know if it's make 2, but I think it can do 1.5. If the story is good and all the actors are firing on all cylinders, the Russo brothers have never given us a dud in the MCU, I believe this movie can make 1.5. I don't think it can make 2. I don't know. That may be reaching a little bit more. But I definitely believe that it's going to hurt Dune. If I was Dune, I would definitely try and reschedule. I would not come out on the same day as Doomsday. There's just so much material out there. It's just there's so much of a buzz about Avengers. We've seen the leaks. We've seen this AI, these different theories that the AI people are creating AI doing, and I'm telling you, man, it's pulling me in. I'm very interested in seeing this all different theories floating out there. There's no chatter about Doom. So if I was the creators of Doom, I'd be very, very aware and very, very concerned and worried about coming out the same day as a juggernaut, which is Doomsday. Next thing that I think is going to definitely make a billion, possibly 2, is Michael. The Michael Jackson story starring his nephew, Jafar Jackson. I've seen the trailer. The trailer is fantastic. We know the music is going to be good. Seeing all his live hurdles he did, remembering where we were at when we first saw this and first saw that video. I remember I was in the 5th grade when Thriller came out. It was fantastic. I remember I was in the Marine Corps when Remember the Time came out. So man, I can't wait to see it. I'm probably gonna see it 2 or 3 times. But I definitely believe out of all these movies, this has potential to make $2 billion. I believe it will make $2 billion because Michael is loved and known globally. The next movie, recap, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spider-Man Brand New Day. It comes out on the 31st. So end of the summer almost. I think it can make $1 billion. Definitely believe it can make $1 billion. What's up, guys? Scar, yo, what's up? Just doing my recap over the movies I think that can make $1 billion. Like I said, the last one during COVID made almost $2 billion, but it had 3 Spider-Man on there. We're not going to see 3 Spider-Man. We're going to see we're going to see Tom Holland keeping up with the Hulk, looks like, possibly the Punisher. We're going to see Tombstone in there and some other, I think Scorpion. So we shall see. We shall see. Like I said, I definitely believe it's going to make $1 billion, maybe 1.2, 1.3, what I'm thinking. But I don't think it's going to make more than that. The next thing is Jumanji 4. I don't think Jumanji 4 is going to do well at all. The Rock, Jack Black, I can't think of that female name, and what's the comedian? Kevin Hart. I think they lost their magic. I think they're going back to the well one too many times. I really don't care about the Jumanji series anymore. It comes out December 11th, which is a week before Doom 3 and Avengers Doomsday. So Jumanji 4, you might be on number 1 for a week. Once those 2 come out, they're going to knock you out. And you're going to have a tremendous drop. So if I was you, I would definitely rethink coming out in December because that's going to be the month of Doom or month of Doom, one of the two. And I believe Doom is going to win out. May the 22nd, Mandalorian Grogu. Just because this is a Star Wars property, I'm saying it's going to make $1 billion. The last 3 Star Wars movies, as crappy as they were, made $1 billion. In fact, The Force Awakens made $2 billion. So the last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, they both made $1 billion. So together, almost $4.5 billion they made together collectively. I think The Mandalorian Grogu. I'm a fan of Din Djarin. The kids love Grogu. So I definitely believe that this movie will make $1 billion or very close to it. If it don't, it's not going to miss it by much. But I believe because of Star Wars, it's going to make $1 billion. And last but not least is Supergirl. Like I said, I don't know. I don't think Supergirl comes out on June 26th. So it's coming out a month before Mandalorian Grogu. And it's coming out a month after Mandalorian Grogu, so that's a good spot. And it's coming out a month before Spider-Man Brand New Day. So right now, it's in a good spot because nothing is challenging it. Well, maybe the Odyssey. The Odyssey is coming out July the 17th. So maybe about 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks it gets to make it money. Supergirl. Because the Odyssey is coming. Odyssey is coming on July 17th. And it's going to definitely knock the number 1 movie out of its top spot. That should be Supergirl. I hope Supergirl is better than Superman. Hope it's equal to or better than. Like I said, she has a different outlook on life than Superman has. Superman has outlook of hope. She has the outlook of realism and very cynical based on what I've seen in the clips. Now, I've never read the story of The Woman of Tomorrow. Some people say it's good. Some people say not so much. I don't know. Like I said earlier, this placement. You have to be very, very aware of placing your movies together because last year, Jurassic Park, Superman, and Fantastic Four, they cancel each other out. There was no doubt in my mind that Jurassic Park was going to make $1 billion, but it didn't do it. And I think that's partly because of poor placement. Superman knocked it out, took some of that money. Then, of course, Superman took some of Fantastic Four's money, which I think Fantastic Four is a better movie than Superman. But apparently, the box office didn't say so, didn't agree on that. But it all comes back to placement. It all comes back $1 billion or bust. Like I said at the beginning of the movie, the beginning of the stream. $1 billion is the measuring stick that I'm going by. You don't have to make $1 billion to be good. Like I said, some franchises have spoiled us so much. The MCU in their heyday spoiled us with those $1 billion movies consecutive. Star Wars, they spoiled us with the last 3 movies making $1 billion. Jurassic Park has spoiled us with movies making $1 billion. So that is the measure stick I'm using now. Not to say the movie's not going to be good, but does it have that power? And like I said, right now, let me look up, see if they have any kind of numbers on the current Avatar Fire and Ice. What has it made so far? So far, worldwide, it's only made $136 million. Domestically, it's only made $36 million. Worldwide, $136 million. So, money will be what will really tell the tale. Will really tell the tale. So far, based on this, it's only made domestically $36 million. So I don't know if that's too good. I don't know. That doesn't sound too strong to me. But like I said, we shall see this weekend. I'm interested to see Monday morning what it looks like. But tell me what you think about those movies. Do you think do you agree with it that they're gonna make $1 billion? $2 billion. Like I said, out of this whole list, the only movie I think is gonna make $2 billion is the Michael Jackson movie. I'll be very shocked if it doesn't make $2 billion. So, as always, thank you for supporting me, for watching this. I know I'm competing against NFL. But hey, like I said, I wasn't doing anything. It's a Saturday night. Wasn't doing anything. Stuck at the house. Worked in the yard all day. A little tired, but I had enough energy to come on here and do this video. And I hope that you definitely enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. And please tell your friends. Share this video with your friends. And if you have any comments you want to leave, definitely leave the comments in the comment section. As always, I am the worst take YouTuber. I wear that title proudly because, hey, I believe what I believe. And if you don't believe it, then just check me out because I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to like what I'm going to like. And I don't make any apologies for doing that. So until the next time, y'all take it easy. Have a fantastic weekend. Until next time, peace.